Here's a brief explanation of why the bracing and breathing exercises are important. And then we'll talk about how to engage this stuff. And then I'll give an explanation of how to do the exercise with a brief example, okay? So this is the back, this is the front, this is the spine here. What we're looking for is the diaphragm to be engaged, and the diaphragm comes like this. It attaches where isn't important. It attaches on the spine, and then it kind of creates this bridge across. And then we're going to learn to engage this front muscle, which is part of the lifter's wedge. We're also going to learn how to engage. This is the pelvis, the glutes here, the side glutes, and the pelvic floor itself. So as you can see, that really puts us into a spot where all of this is compressed. What that has to do with lifting and a sport is we've got to be able to maintain pressure and move the diaphragm and breathe all the time. So think of this as a can, right? This can is not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to compress it. I can't do anything. What happens the moment we go, right? Excuse me. The moment we do that, it loses compression and we can crush it. So that's the same kind of concept right here with this. Now this is the right side, this is the left side. This is the diaphragm, these are the lungs. What happens when we breathe is the diaphragm travels down and comes like this. When that happens, the lungs travel with it. So it's going to be vitally important for endurance because we cannot continue to go unless we're getting air. So it's vitally important for endurance that we keep compression, and this is safe so the lungs can do what they do. And it's vitally important to protect the spine for this. Now there's a saying that the nervous system is king of the muscles, but breath is king of the nervous system. There's some pretty high level metabolism stuff, but we're not going to go into that. Excuse me. So now we're going to talk about how to contract everything here. So in your mind's eye, visualize that you're urinating and you have to restrict the flow. So number one, tighten that. Now we're going to go back to number two. We did the urinary sphincter. Now we're going to go back to the anal sphincter. Contract that one. And I'd like you to feel the entire pelvic floor engage and lift. 1, 2. 3 is the glutes. When we're standing or under a barbell, we're going to call it spread the floor. Here, we're just going to engage the glutes, push our sit bones through the floor. 4 is here, the abdomen itself. So we've got the urinary sphincter, the anal sphincter, the glutes, and the abdomen as we know it. So now all of these are compressed. We've got our can, right? Now, just tighten them enough to realize that they're tight. We're not going for full compression. We're not going for full load. With all of those compressed, I'd like you to breathe in through your nose. And as that happens, try to visualize the diaphragm going down. And I'm going to go ahead and say, breathe in to the pelvic floor while you're lifting the pelvic floor towards your diaphragm. If your chest moves, we don't prefer that. You are wrong. I'd like you to take your hands, put them in the small of your back like this. And now breathe. You'll notice my hands are actually moving this way. No chest movement. I'm feeling it down in the sacrum, and I'm feeling it expand right here. It's as though you've got a rubber band around you. We're trying to expand all the way around. That's how we know we have adequate abdominal compression while breathing. The chest will move when we're not breathing adequately or properly, you know. Diaphragm is 60% of the breathing. Breathing with our chest is kind of like doing deadlifts with our hamstrings and low back. Anyway, here's the breathing exercise. First, we're going to start out, set a timer for 2 minutes, and I'd like you to just breathe in through your nose, hold, out through your nose. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath 2 seconds. Breathe out 6 seconds. 4, 2, 6. 4, 2, 6. The way it looks is just here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Head through the ceiling. Sit bones to the floor. 2, 3, 4. So set a timer and just repeat that for 2 minutes. 4, 2, 6. 4, 2, 6. 4, 2, 6. The more advanced version is Kapalabhati breathing. So you'll end up taking 3 breaths in, and then you'll semi-forcefully exhale, vigorously exhale. Then you'll take 3 breaths in and hold. What it looks like is we're keeping our compression. Nice slow breaths. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of forcefully exhaling through my nose, and I'm letting my diaphragm rebound. I'm not breathing in. I'm not going. I'm just. Okay, again, forcefully exhale, let my diaphragm rebound. The first time you do it, exhale 50 times. So let's say I'm going to do it 5 times, so 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Now we've just finished. We breathed in 3 times. We did it 50 times. Now we've got 3 breaths. We'll do them nice, slow, controlled. On the third one, you breathe in. About halfway out, hold your breath and hold it as long as you can. Let's say I've gone 20 seconds or whatever. When it gets uncomfortable, you'll feel what we call guppying. You kind of want to go. Hold it 5 more seconds. Okay? The second time you do it, it'll be 75. The third time you do it is 100. 3 breaths, 50. 3 breaths, hold. 3 breaths, 75. 3 breaths, hold. 3 breaths, 100. 3 breaths, hold. And then back to normal life. The reason we do it is it has to do with CO2 processing and buffering in the nervous system, the brain, and the tissues. But we can talk about that nerd stuff a little bit later. As always, when you have questions, please let me know, okay?